Good Friday evening. Good to have you with us tonight. It's First Take Live. Garth Riley here. Hey, listen up. You know what? There's good things that are going on here in Durham. And, I have to say that there's hidden treasures. And I'm going to talk to you about one tonight called Nova's Ark. It's been my great pleasure to know Marianne Nova for a few years now, as we were involved with some of the initiatives with Variety Village and Fitness Friends. And not only is she a well-respected and well-known principal in the Durham District School Board, but she's also this lady that has this tract of land with a lot of odd characters on it, and they have all have names. Some of them have more than just two legs, and they actually create a difference right here in Durham region. I'm talking about a place called Nova's Ark. And as we start to talk about this, I want to sort of preface this by saying that, you have your kid out there that doesn't know how to put in their 40 hours and do some meaningful work. The ones in high school that got to get done. Not only do kids at Nova's Ark put in 40 hours, they put in hundreds of hours because they're transformed and they're part of transforming lives. So we're going to meet all of these kids today as best we can. Some of the kids were out there today and couldn't get all the video shot for today, but we're thinking about you and we hope you're going to enjoy the show and learn about it. And by the way, at any time you can make the phone ring. Marianne says you can call till 3 in the morning. All right, good to welcome Marianne Nova. Good to have you here.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, awesome. And Elizabeth, thank you for being a part of it. You're one of the mentors for the kids out there. Yeah. So let's talk about this. Marianne, this thing, what happened? How did you start this?
What happened? Nova's Ark started as a joke. It started out as Marianne always brings something home and always protects something. Well, almost 11 years ago, my husband and I bought 10 acres in Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. And it became that piece of heaven where not only animals became safe, but it was a place for children to become safe. And so today we have 200 animals on that property, and we have student volunteers that come on Sundays. Between 40 and 60 of them show up every Sunday. And now we've evolved to having summer programs. So we have our special needs camps where we have children of wide range of abilities come and enjoy the fresh air, the animals, and the great mentors. And that's what's happened with Nova's Ark.
Well, I think we should probably, and Elizabeth, you've been involved for how long? Before I start showing some pictures, because really, you can't really talk about Nova's Ark as well as experience it, correct? Yeah, but tell me about your story anyways.
Well, I met Marianne 7 years ago. She was principal of my elementary school, and I started volunteering, R.A. Senate?
R.A. Senate? Can I say it again? R.A. Senate?
Yeah.
Okay.
I started volunteering, I think it was 3 years ago, and I was hooked.
Yeah.
I had to keep coming back.
What hooked you on this? Like, what was hooked about this?
I think it was just the great people there and the friends, and I love camp, just making a difference for the kids. But I love Marianne. She's amazing. So there's so many friends there.
Yeah, no kidding. For those people who don't know, across Durham region, or right across Ontario, because this actually goes, we're talking about a school in the center, one of the oldest schools, I guess, in Whitby, called R.A. Senate, and quite a cross-section of diverse neighborhoods and services, but a real safe haven that was created, it has been created there over the years. And how can you not have that when somebody walks in with a lemur?
It's true. And a variety of other things. And I think that's what makes it very interesting, is that we respect each other for who we are.
Right.
And it's okay to be a little different. And yes, I have walked into a school with a lemur.
Yes.
Or I've had snakes in my office. And I've had children sitting on the floor holding on to baby wallabies and kangaroos. And that's part of the magic of what we do. And I think the magic has started small, and it's grown. And it's grown leaps and bounds, not through advertising in the newspapers and doing all of the promotions. It's the genuine heart-to-heart, that word of mouth, that's made that huge difference.
There are kids there that have gathered hundreds of hours.
Yes.
Elizabeth, do you know what your total of hours of?
I don't know exactly, but I'm somewhere around 500.
So, I remember when we first came out with this mandatory 40 hours, and I was back at another station arguing with the sanity of this silliness. But look what's transpired of this. Amazing.
I'm amazed, though, as a principal at a school, near the end of the year, you always get a number of high school students who need their 40 hours now. And for me, 40 hours goes so quickly. I could see 40 hours a year being mandatory, not just in your high school career. And you look at people like Elizabeth, and there's another young gentleman by the name of Declan who's been with me for the last few years, who has 1,600 hours.
Well, let's talk about what this looks like. I'm gonna see if we can throw it to some of the video. And it's a couple minutes, so you're going to have to talk over it and tell us what we're experiencing. But we're going to take you now. This is Nova's Ark and what you experience if you get there.
Yeah.
So what are we seeing here?
Well, Nova's Ark, to begin with, is a grassroots community service organization. And what you've got here is some of our really awesome animals. These are animals that typically should not be together. We have goats, sheep, we have a very large pig that is being ridden right now. That is Wilbur. And Wilbur came as a rescue. He was in a commercial shoot, and of course Zeus has to be part of this too. Wilbur came in as a rescue as a baby and has never left. Zeus is our zebra, and that is Yahoo the camel. Yahoo's become quite famous in Durham. Yahoo spends time at Christmas time with the Westminster United Church, and he goes into their church and creates quite a havoc.
Look at the animal on the left. Okay, sorry.
Oh, everyone loves the capybara. That's Joey. And Joey is what makes the difference at Nova's Ark for our brand new mentors. Anyone who wants to be a volunteer at Nova's Ark needs to be able to get through the capybara slop.
It's initiation.
It definitely is. And that is Valentino. That is our llama with Hannah, who's quite happy. That is one of our marsupials, and that is Gonzo. And we have Sydney, the wallaby, that's back there. Oh, dear Con. Con is my rescue Bouvier. And one of his best friends is the black and white rough lemur. That is Lionel. And Lionel loves everyone. He travels with many of the children. He comes to school with me on a regular basis. And he's part of our programming when we do our summer camps. He's part of Helping Hands. And it's a very strong message, a concrete message of giving to others, reaching out and making a difference. And so he comes to each and every one of us, and we love to cuddle with him.
Well, that's just a sample, and of course there's all the kids that are sitting there right now that are hanging out there. That's just a sample of what's there. There's no way you could take it. I mean, we didn't. What was that thing crawling on me today? And I was sitting there and there's...
Oh, the Cotamundis.
Yeah, Cotamundis, yeah. I got it off just before it does its ceremonial dump on people. So, but and a Cotamundis is what? What kind of animal is that?
That is a South American raccoon, and those are babies that we're working with, hand raising. Part of the difference with our programs is that all of our animals have been socialized every week with a number of volunteers. And so they spend a lot of time with the children, feeling comfortable with the children, and then those mentors turn around and come back and help with special needs children. And so they're comfortable with the animals, and they make that difference.
It's quite an experience there, that you know how the special needs piece comes in here. You know what, I don't know if we'll get to I want to sort of, I'll focus on what it's meant to some of the kids of what's going on there, but maybe we can go to a couple of the PowerPoints or the pictures, or maybe picture 1 and 2 and 3, and we could do those right now. Let's throw these up on the screen and take a look. What are we looking at here?
This is part of our summer camp programs, and for each of our students, we look at individualizing their programs, what they are looking for. This is Nick, and you're going to meet Noah in just a little while, or Zach with Nick. And what we're at right now is we are working with marsupials. Where's your safe place? So kangaroos, wallabies, wallaroos, they all have pouches. And so we talk about the pouch and the safe place for that baby kangaroo, but also where's our safe place. And as a special needs person, or as a person with wise abilities, we all need to feel safe.
So the next one actually talks about that. So is that, now I understand why that shot was taken, because the next one we have it on number 2 is actually
there's your safe place.
Yeah. And I mean, can the smiles say it all?
Yeah.
There's a lot of smiles that you're at Nova's Ark.
It's and that's the hot tub.
Yeah.
They all enjoy hanging out in the hot tub or the pool or the trampoline.
I saw this the girl in slide number 3. I'm sorry, I don't remember everybody's name. Chloe, and she was going in today, and it was like, you know, she had to get in there.
Yes, she
and
did.
it's like you guys couldn't get her in there quick enough.
No. And she really understands what's happening for the schedule of the day. Our mornings are very structured. We're working with a specific group of animals. We also have our activities and such to do. In the afternoon, it's time with your mentor. And some of our students enjoy being in the pool. Chloe has a pool at home, has no interest in the pool. She wants the hot tub.